So since we last spoke, I've done absolutely nothing but sit on my arse and procrastinate. God, I wish that was true. Hey boys and girls, welcome back to PJT Forging. I can only apologise that there has still not been any forging going on. The house is being an absolute and God, it is taking a long time. We've hit several setbacks, so there has been a big delay, but we're getting there. So what I'll do, I'll give you another guided tour. Hopefully you'll be able to compare it to the old one and you'll see how much work's been done. If you're not interested in these videos, which I wouldn't blame you, by all means skip them. You're not going to offend me. There will be blacksmithing in the future, and what I'll also do is I'll give you a bit of a view of the actual shop, such as it is. I forgot to actually do that last time, which, considering that's kind of the main thing you might be interested in, that was pretty dumb of me. But yeah, I'll give you the guided tour, and we'll start with the garden.
This is my chair. This is where I sit. We have an incinerator, where we have been burning all the scrap wood from inside the house. Ooh. Hey! You can see I built the compost heap. Originally we had a sort of a double flagstone path going down, and then it went into this secondary sort of path, which is wider. And what there was a sort of like a C-shaped flower bed. You can still kind of see the remnants, but there was a little path in, and then there was more flagstone in the middle, and the flower bed sort of went all the way around the outside. We didn't like that. We thought that was a waste of space. So what we've done is we've dug up all these enormous bits of curb, which were an absolute pain to get out because they were buried so deeply, and this soil here is like clay. But we were turning it into a giant veggie patch. As you can see, we've already started growing some potatoes. But we've cut down this piece of grass. What I'm going to do, these are the other flagstones, which we're going to be using to swap out with these ones and make the path look nice and clear. But this whole section here, it's got a retaining wall. It's like a little rockery that the previous owner built. So I'm going to knock all this down at some point, and this will either be turned into like a patio or like a bit of decking, something like that. Haven't quite decided yet. Like I say, I built a compost heap, which is where we're putting compost. And then over here we have the old kitchen counter. Nice little water butt. This will be going, and all of this will just be a nice lawn. I'll probably get rid of this little flower bed along the side and just turn it into complete grass here. As you can see, we ripped out an old annoying rosebush which was there, and my babies are just starting to grow. Yeah, I know, I'm cool. There was loads of rose bushes in the garden, so what we did was we ripped them up and we put them out the front to stop annoying little kids from walking on our lawn. Right, let's go look inside. The lean-to. It is a mess. This is basically where everything is being done. Those are the banisters, or will be the banisters. I'm going to sand them down and stain them, but as you can see, this is just a junk room at the moment. Coming into here, the lounge, it doesn't really look like we've done an awful lot in here, but we have removed all of the wallpaper, we filled in all of the holes. There were some massive air vent holes, which you can see I've plastered. There's still one, just down there, you can see I've still got to do. But we put down the base coat. We didn't see any point in sort of putting down the main coat, as obviously it's just going to get dirty and scratched and bumped. Still got to do all the lighting and things like that. We've had a brand new central heating system installed. I can't remember if I said that in the last video. There's our tumble dryer. And then we get onto the problem child, the kitchen. Jump cut! Now you might be thinking the kitchen actually looks alright, and to be honest with you, it does. We've had spotlights put in, we've got an extractor hood, we've got an oven which at the moment is still not connected. We've got a gas hob which the gas is connected, but the ignition is not. Sink is now all done and plumbed in. I installed this fancy, stupid tap thing yesterday. All the cupboards are in, everything's done. All I need to do now is sort out the electrics, install the under cabinet lighting. I'm going to buy some new plug sockets and things, make it look all nice, go with the brushed steel effect. But the issue we had was with the workmen we were using. The reason I didn't so much touch the kitchen is because I know that plastering and tiling is a real skill to do well, and I bailed on that. So we got a guy in to do it, and he was useless. We were a month in, and all he'd done was basically put these cabinets and things in place. They weren't secured, they weren't functional. He damaged this unit here. There was supposed to be a drawer here, which we then had to remove because he ran the waste pipe underneath, which we didn't agree to. We said we were going to put it in the wall. Long story short, after a month, we had about a quarter of a kitchen installed, which, if you know anything about that, is a joke. So I fired him. I then got a new guy in who had basically, as you see it now, 6 days' work with an almost functioning kitchen. All I'm waiting for now is, like I say, just a sparky to fit in the oven, and I've got to finish off the electrics. So this has been the main delay, because the kitchen hasn't been done, there's been no point in starting in here, because it's just going to get covered in dust and crap and God knows what. But anyway, that's now done, so hopefully we should be able to crack on with the rest of the house. Front garden, very patchy lawn. We had to de-weed all of it. About 50% of this was made up of bleeding dandelions. But we've put in all these wooden surrounded flower beds, which, again, my partner is currently growing some strawberries. That's Billy. Come here, get off the flower bed. She'll kill you if she sees this. Hello. But yep, we've got some other various berries and bits and bobs. Go away, you tart. The cat's not actually called Billy. We don't know his name, but we call him Billy. It was just weed-ridden. So we've grown some more, planted some more grass seed. We're just waiting for it to grow, but the weather's been so hot at the moment. It hasn't taken. Comfy. There was a rose bush right in the middle, like there was in the back garden. We've moved all of the rose bushes and we've planted them along the edge. As you can see, I've put in like a sort of picket fence. These were all here before, but again, I've just put a wooden surround in amongst it, make it look pretty. And the idea is we'll have rose bushes going all the way along the front. Put some railway sleepers in as well. That will keep people off our berries, because they're ours and we want to eat them. So roses all along the front. They're struggling. You can tell the ones we've planted from new, because these ones are perfectly happy and they've obviously got their root structure. The ones we've moved are very cross with us and are possibly not going to survive. We don't know. Billy! Get out of the house. Get out of the flower bed or she'll kill you. Honestly. Oi. You are a time waster. Go away. The stairway. First of all, we're going to be getting a new door installed soon. This thing is just gross. We need a composite door. This one has no privacy, as you can see. We've got rid of all the wallpaper again. We've put on the base coat. We haven't yet finished the final coat, all over anyway. We've got new light switches which look fancy. We've got new plug sockets. I'm putting these USB plug sockets everywhere in the house because they just look cool. We've got some fancy lights. Fuse box is old school, but that's going to stay as it is because God knows I don't want them finding something, which means the whole house has to be gutted. Carpets and stuff, I will warn you, the upstairs is pretty much finished except for carpet. So it looks like it's still a bombshell, but actually carpets is the last step, and again we're just going to get the whole house done at the end. So that's kind of what we're waiting on there. So onto the landing. We've got some fancy lights up here as well. Landing is kind of as you see it really, what can you say about it? I'm painting the blue door you might have seen downstairs. We've got some like fancy sort of angular pattern thing going on. The bathroom, when you last saw it, was literally a ripped out shell. This is it now. We did have the same guy who did the kitchen do the bathroom. We had a lot of issues with this. Thankfully both me and my missus were sort of compos mentis enough to sort of fill in the gaps, both literally and metaphorically. So the bathroom actually looks pretty good, but the floor, for example, he installed the tiles straight onto a wooden floor, which is a big no-no, because then when the wooden floor bends, it cracks all the grouting around the tiles, which happened twice, and he still didn't get the picture. It also snapped this tile in half, and I had to rip it up and secure the floor myself before we relayed the tile. And then what I did was I actually bought a sort of industrial strength sealant, which is also an adhesive. It's actually called Sticks Like Sh**. And that provides enough flex to hold the grouting and the tiles in place, whilst not letting it crack. We've got nice taps installed, nice fancy shower. The whole end section is just shower. Mirrors everywhere. Eee. Mirrors everywhere. Eee. Mirrors everywhere. Eee. Just makes the room look bigger. Then we have our peace lily, our other thing I can't remember the name of, and our other thing I can't remember the name of. Extractor. Nice lights. It's a bathroom. Coming out of the bathroom, we have what me and my partner still refer to as the pink room, which is no longer pink. This is the guest bedroom again. Fancy switches, fancy plug sockets. But as you can see, this is our junk room. There's a Charmander and a hat. This is literally where we've been pretty much living. This has been our kitchen counter up until pretty much yesterday when we got the kitchen finished. This has been how we've been living. There's our seats. But again, everything in here is pretty much done. The only thing left to do is I need to do the coving around the top of the room. We've had new doors, new door frames, and I need to just go around the edge with the sealant. And that's it. Then it's just carpeting. So that's the guest bedroom. Not a lot to look at, I'm afraid. Lots of white walls. But God, the pink room was horrendous. They painted over the wallpaper, and trying to steam it off, it was just gluing everything up. It probably took about 2 days in order to actually... Oh look, an air pistol. Probably took about 2 days in order to actually get the bloody stuff off. There we are. Carrying on the tour, but we've then got the third bedroom, which, to be honest, is going to be more like an office space. Again, this room is pretty much finished. We've got nice fancy lights, little radiator, new switches, new plugs. You get the drill. At the moment, it's kind of a, just a storage space with a hoover and where we dry our clothes currently when the weather's bad. Over here, I'm trying to grow a bonsai tree, so you can check back on that in about 70 years. And I've got my favourite flower, Venus flytrap, in here because they're just cool. But we've had new curtains. I don't know if you can tell, but the actual curtain rail is really squiff to the wall. And that's actually level, so obviously the house has somewhat subsided over the years. The window itself, thankfully, is level, but you can see here, this line is not level to this line. So it looks a bit weird, but when the curtains are closed, it's fine, and meh, what can you do? What we're going to do in here, we're going to have a kind of, like a futon bed, which will pull out, so when you have people stay over, like a party or something, they can crash there. The rest of the time, we're going to have a little desk in the corner here, and it's going to be like our little study. And that's pretty much that. What can you say about a dilly tiny little room? And then we go on to the bedroom. Bedroom is pretty much the only room we have fully finished. Sorry, I got my uniform there and things. I have to take my shoes off because this is the only room we've had carpeted. The rest, like I say, we're going to get it all done at once. So we went with a Super King Ottoman bed. So you've got storage all under here, which is nice. Duh. New curtain rails, fancy curtains, blah-de-blah-de-blah, lamps, etc. I don't really know what to say about a bedroom. And over here, we've got a hookah pipe. All ambulance jokes. This is Harold, who's just a badass. Me again. Hi! We've got here the sort of mirrored corner wardrobe. And then coming around here, we've got the chest of drawers. Now, the chest of drawers drives me crackers, because this is basically a game of whack-a-mole. I didn't build this very well. But you can't actually get all the drawers to stick in because you push one in and then the next one pops out, like this down here. Push that one in, next one pops out, back up here. It's infuriating, but there we are. Telly on the wall, PlayStation up there, along with my partner's hat. We'll have some of that. I think that's how you wear it, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, that is pretty much the tour. Netflix at night, which is always nice. But yeah, you get it. It's getting there. So the upstairs, like I say, besides carpet, we're pretty much done. I've just got to put in the banisters here, and then this whole half of the house will be finished. And now that we've got the kitchen 95% complete, we can finish up with just doing the lounge downstairs. So we've got to buy all the furniture for that, etc., etc. I can breathe again. We're getting there. It is getting there. And then once all this is done, we'll move on to the workshop. Unfortunately, the workshop is a little ways away from being complete, but come on anyway, I'll show you that.
La 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 la, garden's nice and sunny.
Got some more stuff growing here, which is nice. A few veggies, etc. Right, this is the garage / what will become the workshop. It's a little bit dark in here, so I'll probably have to give the camera a chance to settle. So as you can see, just got my bike and bits and pieces. None of this has really been organised yet. You've got all my tools and bits and bobs in here. But you get the idea. It's a garage. Up there is a giant buster sword. There's a reason for that at some point soon, hopefully. Forges in here, anvils here. This will be a new video as well. Got a few bits of scrap metal, leaf springs, etc. I've got my horsey behind some, what is that? Moisture barrier foam underlay. Exciting. Got a nice cylinder mower. Got a cheap, crappy mower. The cylinder mower's not currently working. I need to get that fixed. There's Magnemite. Behind there somewhere is Cloud. You get the idea. But it will be nice. What I'm going to do, I'm probably going to keep the forge either as it is. Oops, sorry, door shut. There goes my light. I'm going to either keep the forge in the location it is. I'll probably end up moving it to this side of the workshop. That way I can sort of run the gas tubing round, I can sort what I need to. I'll have a anvil mounted somewhere probably in the middle along with the main leg vise. I've still got the post vise behind me as well, which as of yet I've not hooked up to anything, but I think I'm going to have like a workbench put on this side, attach the leg vise to that. I might keep this shelving. This was here when I moved in. It's pretty solid, but it does eat up a fair bit of space, but I don't know, it's not in the worst location really. The main trouble with this place is, as of yet, the electrics don't go anywhere. It was really weird. So if you look, this connects to nothing. So I think they were running an extension lead from the house to here, and then this powered all the lights. And then there's another one over here, which is dead as well. So it's a weird setup. So I basically need to get some armour cable. I need to get a Sparky, run some armour cable probably along the fence here, into here, and then have a separate fuse box and wire this place up. But at least then I can have as many power outlets as I want, and I can do all of that myself. So it is what it is. It's getting there. It's still a long way. I haven't got electric. I can't run my forge. That's where I'm stuck. Point is, though, you get the idea. You see where I'm coming from. It's a slow process. We're getting there. I've probably said that about 30 times in this video. I don't know. But it's nice to have a house. It's really nice to be doing it up yourself. It's not easy. It's difficult. And God, have we hit some snags. But it's also quite fun sort of problem solving and trying to figure out how to fix things. So again, please bear with me. There will be blacksmithing, there will be forging. God knows I'm itching to get back into it. I think my poor partner, she's putting up with my bad moods at the moment just because I haven't been able to sort of let loose on everything, and everything in here is pretty stressful. But ETA wise, no idea. Stick with me. There's going to be very few updates. I'll probably do one more of these, of the finished house more or less. Other than that, hopefully I'll get back to blacksmithing soon. Really appreciate your patience. Like, comment, subscribe. Like I say, if you don't like these videos, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't watch them. Get in there. See you later, guys. Cheers for watching.